Now.
Sorry? Sorry, do you speak English? Do you speak English? Yeah, so I'm looking to buy something for my dad for Christmas, like, and I'm not sure where from because it's Black Friday.
What exactly?
I don't know. Can you give me an idea? I don't know as well.
Because that's like step by step by step by step. Right now, you're just like trying to jump this one. Like, okay, you walk around for 20 minutes and you try to find this like super hot girl, and then you like hope it's gonna go well. But if you don't have that social momentum, usually it's not gonna go that well, and then you just and that's your problem, right? You're walking around for hours without talking to anyone or
Yeah,
talking to one or two people.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's true. Although sometimes when I'm feeling really good, it happens. Like
Yeah, but that's the thing,
I
right? Like then it's very random. Like some days you feel good, sometimes
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
even
it's
feel
not
good.
consistent. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
consistent. Yeah, yeah,
With this
it's totally.
process, you like 100% times you're gonna feel good.
Yeah.
It's like going,
Okay.
it's like jumping in the cold water. It's just like turning a bit cold. Like essentially becoming okay with slight embarrassment. That's something that if you want to be really good at this, you need to develop that habit of exposing yourself to mini embarrassment.
Exposure. Okay. Can you write this one down?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because so I kind of understand it, but when you put it into words, it makes more sense.
yeah.
Yeah, you kind of explain it really well. So,
Ask like
excuse me.
anyone.
Do you speak English? Yeah, I just saw you, and I was like, I really like your style and your vibe. And there is like no way I'm gonna just let you pass and not get to know you.
Very much. Are you from here?
No, no, no. I'm just here for a week for work. Yeah, and yeah, but look, what I noticed about you was like, you, I don't know, you just have this energy and like you just walk like so confidently and stuff. So I was like, there's no way.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Have a nice week.
yeah. You
Bye
too.
now.
Bye. Okay.
All right, man.
I,
So what do you think happened there?
I don't know. I was too nervous and got nervous as well.
Exactly, right? And that's the whole point is like
Yeah,
right now, if you don't do the social momentum, you're gonna be nervous, and then like this girl,
yeah.
just by the what she said in the first 20 seconds, I knew that this girl you could have gotten out. Like you could have gotten her out because she gave you
Okay.
actually pretty decent the first 10 seconds she gave you like good reactions. But then what happened is because
Okay.
you're nervous, you kind of kept back to like, yeah, I cannot let you
Yeah.
pass. You know, like I really like you, I cannot let you pass. You kind of said it 3 times, and then she's like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh well,
That's weird. Yeah. Yeah.
so
All right.
so this is why you need to do the social momentum thing because like don't try to skip it. Don't try to
Okay.
be like, okay, I'm afraid to talk to people, so I'm just gonna find like three hottest girls, and I'm gonna hope my best that it goes well. Because talking to three girls, it's maybe not as potentially embarrassing as talking to 10 people, right? But like you cannot skip the process
Yeah.
because like the day game will expose your fears. So if your fear is embarrassing yourself and talking to people, it's gonna expose that.
Yeah.
Um, so what you want to be focusing by sending you the messages is you want to be focusing on how you are doing rather than the like how what's the outcome, right? Because if you do good game and it doesn't go anywhere, that's much better than if you do shitty game and you get a number because like long term if you have a good game it's going to be much better. So don't be too dependent on the outcome.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I think this is super important, right? Because I think this is one of your sticking points. So when you get nervous is it's like number one, just recognize it, right? Number two is just basic meditation techniques. Try to breathe and breathe out. Then number three is the awareness, right? Like you are not your mind. Um, you are not your mind, and just disassociate. Like in these moments, just disassociate
Yeah.
from your mind. So like you think you're nervous, but it's not you who's nervous. It's just some random thoughts in your head that are telling you that you're nervous. Like you're
Yeah.
actually fine. You're in Madrid. You're alive. You are. You're. I mean, like just like also gratitude, right? Like just gratitude, like where you are in life. What's you're on this adventure. You have a job. You're able to travel, right? Like you're perfect.
Yeah.
Like you actually have a perfect life, right? So actually, that's step number 3 you can do. Like step 3 is gratitude. You
Okay.
already have loads of things to be grateful for. And number 4 is this
Excuse me?
awareness.
Yeah, I just saw you and I just like thought you were really cute and like I really like your vibe.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, good stuff.
Just
Um,
talk to
good stuff. Yeah, keep going like that. It's good. Um, so and then step number 4 is just awareness, right? Like you are not your mind. So when you tell me you're anxious, I don't think you're actually anxious. It's just your mind telling you some bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
that's being anxious, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is like if you recognize the fact, hey, like I'm feeling these feelings, uh, but this mind is just like it's fucking with me, right? Like it's because there's no threat. Like
Oh,
at
I'm
least
anxious to
logically,
approach
like
that
there's
girl there.
sorry?
I feel like I'm anxious to approach this girl there. Oh, she's really pretty.
Okay. So
Oh, there are 3. Oh, sorry.
okay, so even when you say it like I feel like I'm anxious to approach this girl because she's really pretty, like you're already thinking too much, right?
Yeah.
So um like I think the reason that so did you understand like when you're nervous, like what do you do? Can you like walk me through the next time you get nervous, what do you usually do?
Recognize that I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Step 2, I don't remember, but step 3 is being grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. So step 2, take 5 deep breaths. Step 3 is
Yeah.
gratitude, like remind yourself where you are in life and just be grateful for
Yeah.
everything. And number 4 is just awareness that your thoughts are not real. Like it's an illusion. Recognize it's an illusion. Um,
Uh,
so
uh,
recognize.
it's
What,
it's
what did you want
an
to say?
illusion. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like so when I talk to a girl, like you have to kind of talk about all, what we're talking about. Stop those thoughts and think about like focus on the moment, right? And enjoy it and
Yeah.
so all this, right? But sometimes it feels like when I start talking to a girl, if I leave too early, just the way she behaves, I kind of see it that she may have expected more, if that makes sense. I know that I shouldn't focus on her reaction, but does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, don't focus on the reaction.
So I mean, the
All
thing is
this
that
stuff is super hard, but
no, I mean
it's
for sure,
slowly,
right? Like it's not
yeah.
easy. That's why most people don't make it. But again, right now there's only one thing you should be focusing on, and one skill you need to be able to develop is the ability to build social momentum anytime, anywhere, any place.
Yeah.
Like that's a habit that you need to be able to build, right? And that has nothing to do how you flirt with a girl. Like let's just be real, right? Like the ability to build social momentum is there's nothing. It's just more like the mindset, right? Like it's just more your how you deal with this shit and like building a habit. So and this is why a lot of guys fail is because they think game is about how you talk to a girl and how you flirt. And yes, it is, but that's the next stage. But
Yes, the
building the
selection
social
part, yeah.
momentum,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah, I feel like there are 2 parts. One is approaching, and the other
yeah,
one is actually seducing the girl.
yeah, exactly. So the only
Excuse me? Sorry?
habit is
Yeah, I just.
building
Sorry?
social momentum.
Oh, you're in a hurry. I just wanted to tell you that, like, you're really cute. And I can see that you work out, and it looks definitely amazing. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, enjoy your day. Bye. I kind of calm down, though. So I feel way
Calm
better now.
down.
Yeah, I feel like social momentum is building up, if that makes sense. It's not like
Yeah.
immediate. That makes sense.
That's a good thing, right? And this is the thing, like you like right now you're giving compliments, but
Yeah.
you also should be more diverse in building the momentum. It's just like, yeah, talking to a guy, like even talking to a guy and asking some random bullshit that builds social momentum. And when you can do that, or when you can talk to people, because honestly, do you know why people find it hard to talk to people who are not attracted to?
Why?
Because you feel like you're gonna get rejected, and you don't like the fear of rejection. So you feel like, okay, if I'm getting rejected, I want to get rejected by a hot girl, because if I don't get
Ego.
rejected by a
Ego.
hot girl, sorry,
Ego.
yeah,
Basic.
exactly, ego, right?
Basic. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why that's ultimately is okay. If I get rejected by someone who I don't even think is that attractive, then like my ego can't take it, right? So if you go up to like some random dude who you're not even attracted to, and you try to ask him something, and he's like, "Fuck off," then you're like, "What do you mean, fuck off?" Like, you know, who is he to tell me to fuck off? He's not even like, you know, an attractive girl, right? That's kind of like
Yeah.
the bullshit.
Ego. Yeah. Ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
um, and essentially, and this is so key for you, because right now maybe you're in Madrid, but what about when you go, maybe when you see like only three or four hot girls in an hour, like you need that momentum, but you're not going to be able to get the momentum by talking to only four girls an hour. So you need to be able to then just get into that state. And the thing is, when you do this for a long time, you can get that state even without doing this. But that's
Yeah.
after,
Yeah.
like,
My
I've been
friends
doing this
can
for
do it. Yeah.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
My friends
So,
can do
but
it.
you need that social momentum, and look, man, it's gonna come with time, but don't skip the steps, don't skip the process. So yeah, like
Yeah.
go ask that random dude, what should you buy for your father, or something like this. And
But just yeah, this is definitely something that I don't
let's do a quick walk to someone. I want you to go up to someone who you're not attracted to and ask them for what should you buy for Christmas.
Okay. Uh, Let me figure out.
You have 3 seconds. Don't figure it out. Just walk. First person you see, just walk up to them.
No, I just saw a
5 seconds.
girl.
Five,
Uh,
4, 3,
Oh, wow,
2.
this is. Uh,
All right. See, you already failed. Like this.
yeah,
That's the whole point. Is you're not thinking. You're just like,
yeah.
hey, man, just like don't think.
Okay.
Like just
Not
see
thinking
someone, and then see
discard.
people around you.
Yeah, I'm still thinking, like, analyzing who's gonna be a good
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
candidate.
Don't analyze. That's the whole point. It's like don't analyze, dude. Like you're literally asking for a recommendation for a Christmas gift. So
Yeah, but this, yeah, this is kind of weird. But I feel like there was this girl that I was looking at, and I missed her kind of. But yeah, whatever. Next
okay.
one.
So see, like your
Uh,
mind is fucking with you. Like this is a
yeah,
super
definitely.
simple task, and you're over analyzing the shit out of it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
And this is why it's great, because it's exposing, right? Like what you need to improve.
yeah,
Like if you're over
yeah,
analyzing, just asking for a Christmas gift, then there's like when with difficult approaches, it's gonna be very hard to do if you're over analysis like at this. So this is something that you should practice actually.
yeah.
Um, it might be even more
Well,
important than flirting with a girl right now.
but I don't know. This kind of feels like, yeah. All right. I kind of try. I'm trying to get it right. If that makes sense. Uh, yeah.
What do you
I'm
mean
doing
you're trying
this.
to get it right?
So yeah. So my goal is basically learning how to pick up girls. Right. That's the whole point. And now
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand why asking for guys just so I can stop. I can turn off the thinking and just do it. Basically. Does that make sense? Did I properly explain it?
Yeah, well, the thing is,
So,
okay, so your point is obviously to your long-term goal is to be able to talk to girls and you know, seduce them, quote unquote, whatever that means. But right
yeah,
now you're not able to do this because you don't know how to build social momentum, and
yeah,
you don't know how to shut off your mind. So
yeah,
um, so that's the purpose, right? Like for you to be able to get to your like ultimate goal, which is being able to talk to girls anywhere, anytime. You need to be able to build social momentum. Without that, you're going to fail at your long-term goal. So one of your short-term goals is to learn how to build social momentum. Now, the
okay,
way you go about building a social momentum is not necessarily related to girls. It's just being able to act and shut off your logical mind. And
yeah,
uh, and to do that, you can essentially talk to anyone. The point is just going and talking. Like you see, and you just go. You don't think. You don't blink. You just like 3 second rule. Like essentially, social momentum is mostly about being able to repeatedly carry out the 3 second rule. You see someone, and within 3 seconds of seeing them, you're already talking to them. Because 3 seconds for your brain is too little to process information. So that's what you need to do. And this is
yeah.
what is going to get you to the long-term goal. But if you try
Basically,
to like
training
only talk,
balls. Yeah,
sorry,
be ballsy. Training to be ballsy and not, yeah, be in the moment, not think.
yeah, but things like what you're trying to do, and a lot of guys they try to skip steps. Like, okay, I just want to talk to girls, but then they end up walking for 2 hours talking to two girls, and obviously that's not gonna get them the results.
Yeah,
Right? So rather than trying to go fast, go slow, and actually going slow is the fast way. Because like
okay,
learn the basics, right? Like when in the school, if you skipped some basic like math thing and then you try to solve a complicated problem, then you're like, well, fuck, I cannot figure this out. Like let's say you skip 3 classes and then you come to the class 4, and the class is already doing some advanced geometrical bullshit, and you don't understand any of this. Um,
yeah,
so this is kind of like the same thing. It's um, like it's very difficult to then go and work on your verbal game and work on okay, like because like for example the classic verbal game thing. What I noticed about you was, but the thing is like
yeah,
you cannot do it because you're too nervous. So like you know technically what's the right thing to say, but you actually cannot say it because you don't have the momentum. So it's like without doing that, it's going to be very, very difficult to then work on your verbal game. So that everything is connected. Like it's a chain, and skipping the process is going to actually just make it more like longer for you.
okay, okay. Now that you explain it. Logically, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you want me to do what now? I haven't
So
talked
right
to
now,
someone
just
in.
like I'm gonna give you like a cue, and then within that cue, within like 5 seconds, you need to be talking to someone. I don't care who that is, but just like within 5 seconds, just like go up and talk to them. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a cue. So you like that. This is the whole thing. I'm gonna give you a cue, so you're not
Okay.
able to prepare. You just when you hear my cue, and then you just have to go. And if you don't
Yeah.
if you imagine like you'll just like sink, you'll die. If you're not talking to someone in the 5 seconds, you fucking die. So
That's a
uh
lot of pressure. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let me just do countdown. I'm actually gonna do a timer. Go now.
Hey, excuse me. Do you speak English? Yes. Yeah. So I'm looking to get something for my dad, some Christmas gift because it's Black Friday. Can you give me some recommendation? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's my very close one. There. Go to Corte Inglés. Go to this corner. Yeah. And you can see this Corte Inglés. All right. All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
All right.
I didn't die.
You didn't die. It was right on the 5 second mark.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it a
Yeah.
few more times. I just want you to get used to the thinking, just like not thinking and just going, right? All right,
And
so I will tell you now.
uh, excuse me. Do you speak English? No.
That's fine. It's a little bit slow. It's still like you're like about 6 seconds. You're about like the 6 second mark. So you're a little bit slow. You like have that first 3 seconds. It's literally what you need to be able to do is like when you hear my cue, you're like, okay, who's the first person I see? Okay, you. Where's the best place to do Christmas? Like
Yeah.
you don't even look around. Just like okay, first person I see, I go. Even if it's a girl with a boyfriend, it doesn't even matter because you're asking
Yeah.
for Christmas stuff,
Yeah.
right? So you should be
Yeah.
able to like because right now you're actually missing the clock. You're like 6 seconds, which means that you're still thinking. All right.
Okay.
So you go now.
Sorry? Sorry, do you speak English? Do you speak English? Yeah, so I'm looking to buy something for my dad for Christmas, like, and I'm not sure where from because it's Black Friday.
What exactly do you want? You have
I don't know. Can you give me an idea? I don't know as well.
but you are the person who knows your dad.
Yeah, but I can't figure it out.
Let me
It's
ask.
tough.
Actually, I just arrived here 1 week ago. She lives here. Let me ask her. Él está buscando una tienda para hacerle un regalo a su mamá para Navidad, pero no tiene ni idea de qué coño le quiero regalar. ¿Pero qué le regala? No sabe. Que le
Yeah,
dé una
maybe
idea.
some perfume.
Perfume a lo mejor. ¿Pero qué tiene de perfume? There is a lot of stores here. Maybe you can. Perfume a lo mejor. En el Corte Inglés, dice que se metan en el Corte Inglés que aquí, a la derecha. A la derecha está el Corte Inglés.
Oh,
El Corte
Corte
Inglés, to the right,
All right.
to the right, el Corte Inglés.
All right.
Ahí va a conseguir de todo, ahí puede ver algo que regalar.
Yeah, you will find everything for guys.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. You've been really helpful. Bye.
Good luck.
All right, that was
All right.
good. That's actually the first time you beat the 5 second rule. How was it?
Yeah. Uh, okay.
Okay.
Definitely adrenaline. Some adrenaline in there.
Right? That's the good thing. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
how it's supposed to be.
I mean that's how it's supposed to be. Like it's a good like adrenaline is good. It's like
Okay.
you're now overwhelming your brain. All right, let's do one more and then we can do a few approaches. I want you to do one more. So I'll give you a cue now.
Hey, sorry. Do you speak English?
Yes.
So I'm looking to buy something for my dad for Christmas, and I know it's Black Friday, but I'm not sure like where can I buy like a perfume or something. It's my first time in Madrid.
Maybe you go in the corner.
Okay.
They have many brands. Be more there in the Corte Inglés, you know?
Okay. Corte Inglés.
Yes. You go directly, the right, the Corte Inglés in the.
All right. All right. Thank you. You've been really helpful. Have a good day.
Okay, man. I honestly think, and I think I had a realization now that like this is the key. This is the key for you to practice getting over your social anxiety. You need to practice this 5 second rule or 3 second rule,
Okay.
right? Because right now, like, how did it feel? Like you're not thinking, you're just going, right? And this is exactly the same thing. So you know how I give you the cue of like, oh, go now. That
Yeah.
cue, like when you see a hot girl, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Like you go immediately. You're not thinking. You're not like, oh, is she going there? Is she not going there? Like you just go. That's your cue. And
Yeah.
when you do that, you don't let your like your anxiety doesn't have time to show up.
Yeah.
Because the problem is like otherwise what's happening is like I tell you, okay, what about this girl? And then you're like, okay, looking and kind of like turning and she's already gone. And then your anxiety is back. You're like, fuck, I can't do it. But now it's like, okay, I give the cue. It's like, like that Pavlov's experiment with the dog. Like you're training yourself to go immediately on the cue.
Yeah. All right.
All right, but you've done a good job. So let's do normal approaches now.
All right.
Let's find one or two cute girls and okay, and then let's do the one thing you need to be doing, which is slow down. And what I noticed about you was
Yeah. Excuse me. Just She said that she was in a hurry.
Were
Did you hear
you
me?
approaching from the front
No, she
or?
was. Yeah, she was right at that.
Okay. So again, like, and this is another basic, right? Like, doing the run around stop is another basic that you like most guys want to skip, but you don't want to learning that because it's like that's something that you need to be able to do. You don't need to do this every time. You need to be able to learn how to do this.
Yeah, but she was walking towards me. So, yeah,
She was walking what?
towards me.
Yeah, but exactly, right? She was walking towards you. That's the whole point. Is like stopping them from the front. It seems easier, but then they don't stop.
Yeah,
Like this is a perfect example. So let them pass and then run around them and stop them that way. It takes longer, but it's harder. But then they're gonna stop rather than like this is the lowest probability that they're gonna stop.
all right. So when we are on call, I definitely feel like I have some pressure to do well, if that makes sense.
Why? Because of me.
No, no, just because we're on call, I feel like we have to do progress or something.
Okay. Well, the thing is, like, we already had progress, right? Because you, the progress is not like the outcome, or if you get an Instagram or not on this call. That's not, that actually that doesn't mean that there's progress or lack of progress because you already know you can get an Instagram, right? The progress is building a habit that's sustainable and consistent. So
Yeah,
the fact that you did like the 3 second thing, that's already progress because that's something
yeah,
you've never done before, right?
yeah,
So again, focusing on the input. This is the thing, right? Like you can make progress already without even getting any positive result. Like progress for you should be that you're able to talk to people, you're able to do that interaction um, without worrying about what's going to happen. Like that's actually the real progress for you. The progress is you controlling and acting even when you feel bad. That's the real progress for you.
okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like one KPI we need to improve is when I give you a cue, like talk to a girl, it's like instead of for you, like let's say I give you a cue, talk to a girl. Like right now, maybe you talk to I don't know, 10% of girls or 20% of girls that I tell you go talk to. The goal should be 80 and 20%. And then another KPI is I tell you go talk to a girl, and it might on average take you 30 or 40 seconds to just go and talk to them. But the reality should like the ideal should be I don't know 10 seconds or 5, right? So those are the real progress that needs to be made, not the fact if you get a number or not get a number, because that's like as you said, that's like random. Like you always get some kind of number, but that's not what you're ultimately here for. You want to have that consistent ability to do this repeatedly, no matter how you feel, every day of the week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like also change your goals. Maybe like right now your goal is like okay, if I get a number, I feel good, but that's not what you should be seeking. You should be seeking okay, like I actually did it even when I felt like shit, and I on average it took me only 5 seconds to talk to the girl. Great.
yeah, but it's
That's the real KPI you should be seeking.
yeah, but it's super hard to. So I'm thinking, yeah, I want this, but it's super hard to dissociate yourself with actually getting the results, like numbers or whatever, graphs or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I told you that like you want some. I don't know. My own validation feels like it's not enough. I want external validation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want that Instagram or whatever to know that someone validated me. I know this is
Yeah.
a
Well,
difficult
you
thing.
need to be able to delay that, right? Like the you want the cheap validation or you want a real connection.
Yeah, I want the real thing, but yeah, but look, I kind of understand it, but
Yeah.
actually internalizing it and actually it becoming true is a different thing. Because,
Yeah. I know. I get it. I get it. Well,
yeah,
this is the thing, right? Like it's not a 1 day thing. It's a process,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why
I know it.
that's why we're many months. And
Yeah,
also be patient with you. Like this will require some time, and having that patience and just being okay, man. Like yeah, I might not be where I want to be yet, but I'm doing consistent work, and I trust that with time I'll get there. Okay, so look, I think then for next week, what I want you to do is like as I wrote down the notes. First thing is like when you get nervous the next time, try to try to go through the steps that I wrote down and I told you. The second thing is again try to shift your focus more on how well you build social momentum rather than how especially when improving outcomes, right? Um, like the process of building social momentum. Try to take those steps every time and try to be consistent with it. Um, so with the social momentum, as we talked about, you can use anyone to talk to them, right? Like as you said, like you just talk to, like when we did that 3 second rule exercise, you talk to a guy, you talk to, I think you talked to two guys and like a girl that you weren't even that attracted to, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to the actual game, it's pretty simple, right? Like for now, just speaking slower and noticing what they say. Those are the three things that you need to do. But the most important one is practicing getting into the social momentum, using everyone around you, not only hot girls, to get social momentum. And when you get nervous, like sometimes guys they get rejections and they leave and they don't come back for 3 months. I have some friends like that. So the point of the routine that I told you about when you get nervous, it's like you get nervous, but then you can come back and instead of like you that ruining the whole session and you're like, oh, I cannot get out, I need to go home and I need to start tomorrow. You can train yourself to become and feel better in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, right? That's the whole goal. But yeah, like what are your main takeaways from today?
Main takeaways. Well, I guess building social momentum is the thing. Although I definitely now I don't. And then dealing with nervousness and overthinking. So this seems to be for me at least the hardest parts.
So how do
So
you
yeah,
how do you build social momentum?
by talking to everyone immediately.
Okay. And what do you need to what does it involve to talk to other people, like everyone? What does it involve?
Well, just immediately talking to them, for whatever, when like Christmas gifts and stuff like this.
Yeah, and
Just
the thing
figuring
is
out
that
the
the
topic and talking
topic
to everyone.
the
Yeah.
topic so the first level is just talking to anyone without any like for example directions, like that's maybe the level one, and level two is like asking something random like, hey, who do you think lies more, men or women? Like something random as fuck, because that's slightly embarrassing, right? Like something that we talked about in the session that also is important to mention is being able to deal with embarrassment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. This is the most important. Yeah. Being okay with being converted. This is like humbling your ego, basically,
Yeah.
in a sense. Being
Man,
more
I
humble.
know it's a lot of things, and you do sound a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. You have to learn to flirt, all of this internal stuff. Um, yeah. But yeah, look, I
Yeah,
know what I signed up for. So I
yeah,
knew when I've been reading and when I started it, I kind of realized, okay, this is gonna take some time.
yeah. I mean, dude, like it takes time, but it's not gonna take you many years as long as you just like if you are consistent with this, like
Yeah,
it shouldn't take you that long as well. Like yeah, it's gonna take time, so don't expect like you're not even expecting quick results, which is good. But also don't think that it's like so far away because sometimes when you're like going and trying to ask people for directions, like okay, this I'm just asking people for directions. This is like I'm years away, but you're not that far away. Like actually, I mean, most guys they can like even you can get dates like on some good days, right? You can do it. And you're
yeah,
already pretty like far ahead. But the thing is, we're trying to go to the next level, and if you want to take 2 steps forward, sometimes you have to take 1 step back, right? Like when you're
yeah,
sparring all the time, right? Like when you're learning MMA, you're sparring all the time. You're not learning all the time. So sometimes you need to slow down and just do the drill. Like that's why in MMA or boxing they just do the fucking drill. And right
yeah,
now the drill is just the 3 second rule. It's a drill. That's why we're drilling this stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you cannot like now that when we get off the call, go ahead like go talk to girls. Like after the drill ends, you can try and kind of like spar,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
sparring is
Yeah,
allowed.
I definitely no. Look, I understand it now. Now that you've explained it, like I definitely understand. Yeah, I understand it, and also when I'm thinking about it, is like when I start a few, I don't know, when did I start? September,
Yeah.
maybe September at the beginning or something. When I started, I couldn't even like people for directions, and now look, I'm in a different city, and I'm just doing it. And even
Yeah.
like some people were looking weirdly at me. Well, what was this guy doing? And I didn't care that much, and whatever. So,
Yeah.
and no one does this as well, so I can understand this. So this is basically if you wanna obtain this skill, you gotta pay, and yeah, and I'm fine with it. And I will definitely learn it because when I get like this about something, I kind of do it. So yeah, but yeah, I understand we have to do this because those are like the basic skills on which we kind of build on. So we gotta do it basically. Go through that
Exactly.
until I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I like the mindset. Yeah, keep me posted on how things are going, and yeah, I mean, but you are making progress. Like, don't get too down on yourself. Like, you're working hard, and
Yeah. I kind of realized. Yeah, I definitely realized because you told me like a few weeks ago when we started, you need more approaches. I was doing like 3 approaches, and I'm doing 10 plus. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and you can
So
already
yeah,
feel the difference, right?
yeah. I know. So some things change, but you don't realize they're changing.
Yeah, it also will take time, right? Like just to see the change. That's why like I don't like boot camps because it's like you cannot realize any changes in 4 days. But over
Yeah,
months of period of time, you look back and you're like, fuck, man, I've come a long way.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Over long periods of time, you can definitely see the changes.